Hello and welcome to the Arena Show, brought to you by thegatepost.com. I'm Vanessa Ryle and we are super excited to bring you a Badminton Special episode. Everyone knows that the Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials is pretty much the world's most famous four-star, and this year's competition is set to be a belter. So with the big event just around the corner, we thought we would focus all our attentions on badminton itself. So in this episode, our feature interview is with a competitor, Ben Hobday, who rides the famous cob Mulry's Error. We also catch up with EquiRatings, who run us through all the sort of badminton facts and figures. And also we will show you the best attractions and things to do to make your visit to the Gloucestershire event the best possible.
It takes a lot of dedication to keep your horse in the best condition, and Spillers have been helping with this longer than anyone. With all this experience and our extensive range of tried and trusted feeds, depend on us to help you keep your horse happy and healthy. Spillers, your partners in care.
Now it's time for our feature interview. We sent Hannah Brooke-Lawson up to the Borders to meet Ben Hobday and the world famous super cob Mulry's Error ahead of their third visit to badminton.
At the Gatepost, we travel the length and breadth of the country to deliver the latest eventing news right to your screens. That's exactly what we've done today. We've come up north to see Ben Hobday with Mulry's Error. We're here to chat to the eventing legend and influencer himself and to meet the super cob. So Ben, you've just got on to badminton, you've got the green light to go. Badminton must evoke quite a lot of emotions for you, because 2016 you got your double clear with Mallory after finishing your chemo. What was that like?
Yeah, that was a really special moment, and you know, the only reason we're going this year, the horse is feeling really well. Wasn't necessarily the plan, but we thought, why not? He's feeling good, he wants to go out and do something. We'll put an entry in, and
see how you go.
We expected to probably be 40th on the wait list, and we were 8th, so Sally was nervously excited. And when we got in, we were made up, really.
So your prep this year hasn't been the norm, has it, with Mulry? Tell me a little bit about that.
No, well, last year he picked up a small injury after Brabham.
Yeah.
Nothing major, but we took it easy then with him. And we kind of semi-thought, you know, is he going to retire, is he not? And then I brought him back in, started hacking him. And we thought, right, we'll just have a bit of fun with him now, take him hunting. That's what he used to do before he came to me. Sally used to hunt him 3 times a week. So I took him out and he loved it. So the plan was to do the fun events with him, like the Eventers Grand Prix. My stable jockeys, we're going to have a go on him. But he felt so good, and he jumped some big 5-bar gates, some big hedges, some walls. And I thought, he wants to keep going. Yeah. And, I've always said to Sally, if he ever felt like he wasn't feeling it, then we'd just pull up, give him a pat, and, he's done everything he needs to do for us. But by the same token, he feels great, and why not? There's life in the old boy yet.
There sure is. Do you think the hunting will have improved him, do you think? Because you were saying earlier he goes better on slightly softer ground, so badminton this year might be... Possibly,
yeah. Look, he's got the surface area in his feet for the mud, but he's designed to be a top-class hunter, I think, and which, sometimes in eventing you've got to hunt your way around to get the clear round, so... we'll be giving it our best.
Yeah. And we were watching him doing some grig work. For a cob, he's pretty smart with his feet. He's got a good head on him as well, hasn't he?
He just knows the job, you know. He weighs the fence up. you just get him there and he does the rest. He really is the V8 Super Cub, you know. He gives you a really good ride. You know, he's so clever and intelligent, and the way he thinks about things and his ability, his ability to just get on with it. It's just, I wish all the other horses were ever rode like that, you know. It'd be a lot easier then.
He's a dude, he really, and your relationship with him, are you pretty close?
Yeah, we're just like good pals, you know. It's like your best mate you go down to the pub with. I know him, he knows me. Yeah. This year, you know, we're not hammering him for the dressage. You know, he knows the tricks and everything, but believe it or not, he's a bit wild, and it normally takes 3 or 4 hours a day at the show to just calm him down.
Really?
You know, he doesn't like going on the bit too much, but in his old age, he's starting to simmer, and you know, like I said, we're just focusing on having a good time this year, and giving him the enjoyment as well as us.
Sure, there's a brilliant picture you posted of him, dragged out of the field, plastered in mud, hairy, like a sort of gypsy Irish cob. When was that taken?
I think that was last year or the year before, when Sally had him back for the winter. I think a few people on Instagram were a little bit shocked, but it's just nice to show that you know, these top class horses are horses. You know? And we got to treat them as horses, and he loves his winter break, and as you can see on the picture, he's a woolly cob. And you know, he's got the heart of a lion and the brain to do the job. So he's not looking like that now. He's fit,
looks great.
fit and ready to go. So he
looks really good.
Quite funny.
And you've not had that many runs on him this season with the weather and everything. Was that part of the planning at all? Yeah,
it actually was part of the plan this year. You know, he's hunted 8 or 9 times, January, February, and so he's fit and ready. And we wanted to run one event really, just to get him out, make sure he didn't explode, and just save him really for the big day. You know, he knows the job. I think a lot of people need to run for their own peace of mind, but with him, you know, he can make mistakes. I can make mistakes, but our preparation at home's going really well, so we're confident and excited.
If we could be sure that we held something more, we would find it, and we wouldn't mind it. We wouldn't mind the rain coming down on me. The rain coming down on me. The rain coming down on me.
It's a great interview there with Hannah and Ben, but then again, I might be a little bit biased because me and my mum do own Mulry. And a fun little anecdote actually, which I'm not entirely sure is common knowledge, but back in the day when we had him at home before he reached the dizzy heights he's at now, I took him to Pony Club camp, and he was 5 at the time. We'd had him, I think, about a year or so, and my mum let me take him to Pony Club camp. I was a bit of a rebel back then, and I thought it was fun to ride him bareback in a head collar around the farm, and at the time I was kind of dared into riding him into the feed room, but the feed room at the place where we had the Pony Club camp obviously wasn't a normal standard width door, and I got him a little bit stuck, as in he got stuck in the door and then he got into the feed room and then we couldn't get him out the feed room. It's all a bit of a disaster, but it's a fun little anecdote, and he really was a Pony Club horse back then, and now he's going around Badminton for the 3rd time. So we're super excited. Anyway, you'll be able to catch the second part of that interview later on in the show. Now, next up, Sarah Hesseltine catches up with Diarm Byrne from EquiRatings, who's going to give us all the stats, facts and figures on the big 4-star.
Diarm, great to have you on the Arena Show. We're all very much looking forward to next week. So I suppose to kick things off, got to ask the EquiRating stats. Who's the favourite to win it? Who are you kind of putting your money on?
Oh, favourite to win. I mean, when it's just me, I always try to stay away from the absolute favourite in terms of who I put my money on, Sarah. I think the favourite has to be Michael Young and Sam again. Like, big potential for a fairy tale finish. His last event on British soil, greatest event horse of all time. I think you could probably say that with a lot of confidence now. The change in the dressage scoring, we can talk about that in a moment, but the removal of the multiplier is only going to help him. Can he go back and do it as an 18-year-old? Looking at everything on his record, he has to be the favourite.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, you mentioned the dressage there. I mean, it's going to have a big factor, isn't it?
Yeah, massive. So traditionally, you'd be looking at certain horses, probably riders in the past like Bettina, Ruth Edge did it. People like William, they've always been able to build up a bit of a lead in the first phase. I think what people are going to see at Badminton this year, which is going to be completely different, is going to be the dressage field is going to be much more tightly packed together after the first phase. If you think a 45 is now going to look like a 30,
Yeah.
that means 45 wasn't winning you badminton before, so you're gonna see quite a number of tests in the 20s for the first time. But at 4-star now, cross country will move to the most influential phase, then dressage, then show jumping. Dressage is now going to be giving you just a start on the leaderboard. Everything, Sarah, is going to be about how many penalties you add.
And can you name an outsider who could be in with a bit of an outside chance?
Well, I mean, I'm not. You asked me who I was putting my money on. I'm not putting my money on Michael Young, because while it would be a fairy tale, you've got to back an 18-year-old horse, and yes, Nereo did it last year. Nereo, Sam, and I would suggest Leonidas are probably the three big favourites. I would think Leonidas is a little bit under the radar. I thought he was on course to win Burghley last year until he came unstuck. Leonidas is who I'm backing for the win. He'll be an outsider for a few. He shouldn't be an outsider at all. This is a horse who's been here 4 times. He's been in the top 5 twice. He was 6th last year. Leonidas is who I'm going for the win. A little bit of an outsider. I'd be looking at maybe Zagreb. Does he count as an outsider?
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, very, very good jumper. I expect him to be there on Sunday afternoon. And I presume with all the girl power that goes on at the gate post, you're going to ask me if there's going to be either a British winner or a female winner. And I think we could have it. I think in terms of not adding to your dressage score, which is now going to be a really key indicator, that FOD we've been talking about for a number of years, Gemma Tattersall Arctic Soul will be very, very, they did a bad test at Badminton last year. They did their best ever 4-star test at Burghley last year to follow up on that. Did a very good start in the dressage at the start of this season. I think Gemma Tattersall is probably going to be in the top 5. I think Classic Moe Janelle Price is going to be in the top 5. One to really keep an eye on. She hasn't won an international since all the way back when she won the Europeans in 2009. I think Tina Cook could do this on either Star Witness or Billy the Red. Obviously, she's still recovering from that shoulder injury that she picked up earlier in the year, but Star Witness is the one for me that ticks all the boxes in terms of strength in jumping phases. She'll finish on whatever dressage score she starts on, Tina. So for me, she's probably the other one that I'd be looking at for a top 5 placing.
I mean, it's an awesome field, and with our obviously feature interview this week being Ben Hobday, we have to ask, what are Mulry's chances of lifting the silverware?
Of lifting the silverware?
Yeah, of course.
Look, I mean, Mulry's been in that. He's been there and he's jumped clear. I think, he showed jump clear there, and he's jumped clear rounds in the cross country there. So certainly he's going to be a horse that will be helped by the multiplier being gone. He'll be a little bit closer to the rest of the field, potentially after the first phase, which would have been an area that, Ben will have been doing everything he can to keep the score down there, but he wouldn't be as probably extravagant as some of the ones you'll see. But absolutely, he's going to be in with a chance. Lifting the silverware might be a stretch, but he's certainly a horse that can finish well there.
Brilliant. Well, we are really looking forward to catching up with you next week, and have a good trip over, and let's just pray that the weather is kind to us all this year.
Some fascinating facts and figures there from Diarm Byrne at EquiRatings, and it's going to be so interesting to see how the competition plays out throughout the week. Bearing that in mind, here are some helpful hints and tips to help you guys get the best out of your trip to the Gloucestershire 4-star event.
It's impossible to cram everything into all that is on offer at the iconic Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials. We've checked the long-range forecast, which warns of unsettled conditions and a strengthening wind, and that's pretty apt for how our wallets are going to fare. But sensible shoes at the ready, and here's our pick of the best of badminton away from the competition. Priority number 1 is buying a radio receiver, so that no matter where you are, you can listen to all the action from Wednesday's trot-up to Sunday's finale via Horseware Ireland's Radio Badminton. If you're heading to Wednesday's trot up at 4:30, be sure to get there early as it gets pretty busy and you'll want a good viewing point. A full course walk is a must and you'll often catch the riders out and about, so there are great photo opportunities here. There are some great locations for a pit stop, including the top deck on Nye Timber's 1960s Routemaster, and Skinny Lager are making their badminton debut. Find them in the Lakeside complex, where there's also live big screening of all the action. Or you can join one of the organised course walks in aid of the British Horse Society, the largest equestrian charity in the UK, and Badminton's 2018 Charity of the Year. Yogi Breisner, Jane Holderness Rodham and Nick Gauntlet will each be hosting a walk, and it's the perfect opportunity to hear how they think the course will ride. Plus Lucinda Green is hosting her Back on Track cross-country walk, and details of all these can be found on the gatepost. The Food Avenue, near the Rural Crafts Marquee, has a wonderful selection of gastronomic treats for the foodies amongst you. Our all-time fave is Inverall Smokehouses on Worcester Way, where you can't beat a smoked salmon sandwich to refuel. Pick up an official souvenir from the Joules official merchandise stand before you max out the credit card in the shopping aisles. There is so much to choose from for you, your home, your dog, and most importantly, your horse. We'll be making a beeline to Whitchanger Barton on Withy Way to be tempted by their great selection of leading brands, including Equilibrium products, Mark Todd, Gatehouse and Newmed, before trying to lose horse-phobic husband as we make a dash for Somerset Way and the gorgeous brands calling our name. Be sure to check out Fairfax and Favour's Amira boots, which are perfectly complemented by a quick trip to Hicks and Brown in the Country Collection Marquee for a browse of their stunning fedoras. Get the trot-up vibe with one of Peachy Belt's stunning detachable buckles. You can find them in the Country Living Marquee, and whilst there, be sure to sniff out Gundog Gin. There's some incredible art to drool over. No trip is complete without a swoon over the work by some of the UK's leading wildlife and equestrian artists on Collier and Dobson's stand on Deer Park Drive. In the world of the horse marquee, you'll find loads to discover. Take time to the lovely folk on the stands, as it's the perfect opportunity to discover different feeds, bedding, kit, and even solariums. For your horse, not you. If you're taking your canine companion with you, there are lots of places to find water, and just remember to keep tight of that dog lead, especially on Saturday. Electric scooters and wheelchairs are available on loan by courtesy of Event Mobility. Check Badminton's website for details. We'd need a separate show to cover everything, but the main thing is dress comfortably. It's wise to take a waterproof layer with you, something light that can be scrunched up and can double up as something to sit on. Charge your camera batteries, check you've got a memory card in and switch off the flash. Have a wonderful visit and just don't blame us when your credit card statement arrives.
Some really helpful hints and tips there for you guys to get the most out of your trip to Badminton. Now it's time for the second part of our feature interview with Ben Hobday, and it's actually thanks to his sponsors that we have such a great prize in this episode. Equilibrium products, Grubbs boots and Fairfax and Favour have all come together to put their products into a package for you guys. So to be in with a chance of winning it, simply head over to our Facebook page and tag someone in the comments section of this video that you think might enjoy the episode, and you could be in with a chance of winning all those great products. But now it's time to head back up to Northumberland to get the second part of our interview with Ben and Hannah.
Right, so you've got some really nice young stock coming through. You've got a few nice wins and placings under your belt already. Maybe just talk me through who you've got in the pipeline aside from the legend of Mulry.
Yeah. Well, since we've moved up to the northeast, the dynamic of our business has changed, and we are focusing on selling a lot more horses to fund building our property and funding the sport. Really, it is an expensive sport. We've got some great owners on board, and we're always looking for more to build. But it's nice actually now we've got the selection of horses at home. If those people were about, ready, waiting in the stables, and if not, I'm happy to sell them to the up and coming riders, the top riders around the world, because hopefully the Shadow horses or the brand will keep growing. And
so talk me through the Shadow prefix, because that's something that you're involved with quite heavily, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's our business, Shadow Sports Horses. The name actually comes from my brother, who's not horsey at all. He came up with the idea, the first horse in the company, and just went from there. So it's just the branding we've gone with, and we're trying to promote that. So if you see a Shadow horse out there, it's most likely come from us.
Really nice. And so are you looking at the breeding side at all? Are you starting from that, or are you pulling them in from sort of 2-3 year olds?
Yeah, I think the best way to do it for us is buying them at We buy them at 3-year-old, we buy 2-year-olds, we buy 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. It doesn't. The age doesn't necessarily matter. It's the quality.
Yeah.
You know, if a customer comes here, I want them to be able to try the horses and go, "Well, this one's for me," but maybe that one's not. But it's still quality, you know. Because I've been to many yards and seen rubbish, and it's you know, we're like a Range Rover showroom, I'd like to think, rather than you know, a second-hand car dealer, really.
For sure, yeah. And your base here, it's got so much potential. Are you hoping that you're going to become like a northern hub for event and show jumping, producing and
for
selling?
sure. Like we had an opportunity to move up here, and it's been great. We are a bit further out, but it's beautiful countryside.
Yeah.
We've got you know, a great family around us, and the facilities here, you know, that's why we're busy selling, because we're building. We put the arena in end of last year. Did that myself, which I'm very proud of that.
Good man.
We'll never do it again. But yeah, no, it's great for training the horses. They're all really relaxed. We've got horses in our house at the minute. We've got horses everywhere. So we're starting building the shed to house all the horses under one roof. So it's more productive, really.
Yeah.
So we can do the job better. But no, it's all really exciting, and you know, the travelling's not too bad. You get used to it. We're on the road most weekends anyway, so it's you got to make the best of what you got in this life, ain't you?
Yeah, for sure. So what did bring you up north? Just talk us through that.
My wife's from the northeast, and her family. You know, we're based in Cheshire at Somerford Park, which is great, fantastic facilities. Simon and Debbie King do a fantastic job down there, and they were really good to me. But we rented there, and as anyone out there that rents knows, it's really expensive and to make money, you know. And I think a lot of people in the sport maybe break even or don't make money, and you know, it's a lifestyle choice as well. But you know, in order to build a family maybe, or to build what we need to build, it costs money, so we have to sell, which, you know, has its perks as well. But it's nice to see other riders riding the horses we produced and bought. We've got horses with gold medalist Felicity Collins, bought a nice young horse off us, Jessie Campbell, young rider down in Leicestershire, Alex, and we've sold quite a few abroad as well. So it's nice to see them doing really well, and I'd like to see them win the biggest events on our horses if possible.
Talking of sponsors and owners, you've got some legendary owners behind you. Mulry's owner Sally and her support system, bit of a gatepost family connection there. But how important are they for you? Yeah,
great. We wouldn't happen without them, you know. With Sally, with Mulry, she used to come for lessons. That's how it started, and she always used to come with Vanessa, her daughter, who's a famous presenter now as well. And hey, and they used to come and just dead relaxed, have a joint lesson. Normally bring a couple of Budweiser with her for afterwards, and we have a bit of crack. And the horse Mulry always jumped mega, and she never let me have a sit on until she entered Tattersalls, and I got the chance to ride him, and he never went back. So you know, but we're good friends as well. You know, the way me and Sally work it, we're a team. You know, and I think that's the way I like to work it with my owners. You know, it's not you or me; it's us together. And you know, at the beginning of the year, we sit down, we have a chat, and we work out what's best for the horse, and you know, try and tailor the plan around that, really. And you know, with horses, it's never straightforward. Sometimes you've got to make tweaks, and it takes trust as well. You know, you've got to trust each other, and we've had a lot of fun years together. And through the good times and the bad times, she's always stayed by my side, and means a hell of a lot.
Yeah, and the same with your sponsors as well.
Yeah, you know, we've got some great sponsors: Bailey's Horse Feeds, Spalding Saddles, Equestrian Surfaces helped us out massively when we were building our arena, and it's, you know, you've seen the surface; it's just unbelievable. Yeah. So we're very lucky. Free Jump, Equestrian Products, Equine Products UK. You know, there's a lot of different factors that you know, keep these horses on the road and looking well. Grubbs Boots have been a long-time sponsor. They have a few horses with us, and you know, they've been with me a long time. And that support, you know, it just wouldn't happen without them. So there's a lot of help that goes into achieving that one result that you see in the social media, in general media, you know. So
yeah, and a lot of it is actually also down to you as well. Don't forget that you give back a lot as well. I think, you know, there's a reason why you've got a massive following, and you're a crowd pleaser, you and Mulry and everyone. Is that something you do just for pleasure? Because you're a natural at it. You're good.
Yeah, well, it started off it started off, you know, you spend a lot of time on your own in the arena on a day-to-day basis, and when Snapchat came out and Instagram, and it's just a bit of crack in it. You act like a bit of a fool, but just for a bit of banter, you're going delirious in the school, and it was fun. And you know, it's a nice way as well as showing the world what you're doing. And I think, especially with Mulry's case, it shows the normal person out there with your normal horse that you can achieve the extraordinary, and you don't need to go out and have the fanciest tools to do the job, you know, and it can still happen. And I think Mulry inspires people to go, you know what, I'm going to give it a bit of a go with my lad, you know. So that makes me happy because, like I said, you're not going to get things handed on a plate to you. If you want something, you got to work hard, and we work real hard here, and you know, we're going to continue to, because we're not finished yet.
Great. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Ben.
No problem.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Fingers crossed for batters.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it.
A great interview there with Ben. Thank you so much to him for his time and all his team as well. It's much appreciated. And whilst we're on the topic, we'd just like to wish everyone going to badminton all the luck in the world. Whether you're a rider, whether you're a groom, whether you're an owner or a supporter, we wish you all the luck, because I personally know what a nerve-wracking week it can be. So just try and enjoy it, because after all, we're lucky to be there at one of the best events in the whole world. Finally, let's head over to thegatepost.com to see what's been making the headlines. We have great advice from Spillers, the official feed supplier of the Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials, on feeding the competition horse when staying away from home. Andrea Brereton looks at the breeding of the top event horses for indicators as to who might top the leaderboard. And we meet some of the competitors heading to the Mitsubishi Motors Cup, plus loads more. That's it from this very special edition of the Arena Show. We're off to pack in a high state of excitement, as you can imagine. Head over to our Facebook page to enter the competition. Give us a follow on Instagram, where you'll get loads of behind the scenes action from the big week. And don't forget to keep this between you, me, and the Gatepost.